Pollyanna, thank you so much for meeting me today.
Of course.
I know you're really busy and everyone wants to talk to you, so I really appreciate your time.
Everyone's busy, but I love talking to Oregon Humanities.
Yes, we love you so much, and we are so excited you've given to us last fiscal year. And
You're welcome.
I know you are obviously a big lover of poetry and any nonprofit having to do.
It's just a huge part of my life.
It is. Well, of course. I mean, you were the poet laureate for 4 years until recently.
Very honored to be the poet laureate. It was a wonderful honor.
Yes. And, well, remember we met a couple years ago. I went to one of your workshops.
I do remember, yeah. And you were working on some poems of your own. How's that going?
Good. I published them at a local little publisher in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone really has read it, but I'm still excited. So
of course, that's wonderful.
But yeah, it was just it's so great. It was great meeting you then, and it's great that we've been acquaintances over the years because you've just done so much to make sure that people of all ages care about poetry, and you care about literacy, and people thinking kind of creatively about English, which is really cool. But as you know, I sort of hinted, today, Oregon Humanities, we have a new kind of workshop series coming up that we want to do next fiscal year. And as we know, we have the conversation facilitators that travel throughout Oregon to give workshops at different nonprofits who want to talk about any conversation that's relevant to their organization. But we are kind of starting a new program called 123 Conversation Project. So
where does the 1, 2, 3 come from?
It's one goal to help 3 nonprofits every month.
Okay.
So and by helping nonprofits, what we mean is we kind of are having a little bit of trouble getting new donors or potential donors to kind of really understand what we do, because it's broad what we do.
You mean at Oregon Humanities?
At Oregon Humanities, yeah. It's kind of broad. Yes, we lead conversations, but what does that really mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to be able to, I'm here today to ask if you would like to give $1,000 in the next fiscal year to help fund 6 conversation facilitators, each of whom have a specific conversation that they're knowledgeable about.
Mm-hmm.
One facilitator we want to bring on to travel around the state next fiscal year specifically deals with hunger issues. Another one deals specifically with reading and literacy issues for underprivileged kids in elementary school. One deals with women's abuse issues, poverty, homelessness, kind of the crux of the
big issues. Who are going to be attending these conversations?
Nonprofits that, hunger nonprofits, literary nonprofits. But we also want to try to, we want to do a fundraising program kind of on behalf of each nonprofit, a little marketing campaign, if you will, to try to get not only nonprofit staff to attend these conversations about poverty and women's issues, but to also try to get their constituency base up as well. So we just need a little bit of funding for small marketing costs for each of the 6, to advertise the 6 facilitators we want to bring on. They're really well known and respected in their areas of expertise. And the $1,000 will also cover travel costs and just basic lodging and little motels throughout the state.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like this program has a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things that aren't quite fleshed out yet, which happens when you're starting up a new series, I'm sure. And as you know, I know a lot of organizations in the Pacific Northwest that are tackling similar issues to Oregon Humanities, that are prioritizing community involvement, and they're prioritizing literature and the humanities overall in Oregon.
Right.
So what about this project specifically should really appeal to me and help bump working humanities up to, the top of my, priorities list?
That's
Because $1,000 is a big gift for me, so I want to be sure that I'm spending that wisely.
right. That's a fantastic question. It is hard to differentiate between a lot of nonprofits here because so many are very similar. But I, as the executive director of Oregon Humanities, my development staff and I have been taking surveys and speaking directly with nonprofits that the nonprofits that were involved with the conversation projects throughout the state. And out of 80 nonprofits that participated, 60 of them, all 60 have said that their program staff have improved, their conversation skills are better. That in turn amps up their volunteer participation, and it just seems like after these in-depth projects, conversation, all 60 development staff at these nonprofits have said they want to see Oregon Humanities continue to do this.
Okay. Do you have other funders who are already on board for this
We do.
1, 2, 3 program?
We have a few other funders who can give, our higher levels, which is 1,000 or more. Those are our major gifts, but as you said, it's still kind of being fleshed out, so we don't yet have all the funding we need. We are expecting to need about 15,000,
Okay.
maybe 20,000 for this. So no, we want to go to several other people too.
Okay. Well, based on my charitable priorities and the organizations that I've already given to for 2015, what I would like to do is help kick this project off with a gift of $600, and then chat with you again in a year once the program has really gotten its feet wet and I can know about the program before I set my priorities for the year.
Right. Well, and would you every few months, would you mind if I mail you some brochures and cool
kind of
stuff
program updates?
Yeah,
That would be really great. Yeah, that would help me understand the program a little bit better, and maybe I can even attend one of the conversations.
Yeah, and we know that you are a namesake in this part of the nonprofit arena.
I've been very lucky.
And I honestly really appreciate you even considering $600. But yeah, I just want to make sure the focus is on these specific nonprofits. We won't make a big to-do about your attendance. We just want you to be able to come without interruptions. And you still like mail, right? You're not a big fan of email?
Yeah, I don't check my email very often, but I really enjoy getting mail. It helps me stay connected, and it's much more reliable for me than email is. So I know you have my mailing address.
I do.
And yeah.
And would it be okay if I just give you a call maybe in about 2 months and let you know when I'm going to send you the mail and just check in and see how you're doing?
Sounds good.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Pollyanna. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.